Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. The Cosmic Alpha 1 has released. So what I'd like to do today is just run through the install. I'll leave these download links in the description where you can grab the ISO. But yeah, let's run through this installer here. Pop! OS 2404. So it is based on the new Ubuntu 2404 base. So I'm going to do English, United States, English again, default. We'll do a clean install. Select my hard drive and a Linux IT guy. Super secret password. Not going to worry about the drive encryption on this one. All right, that installed very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and restart. Here we are at the login screen. It's got our date and time, and then our battery and our Ethernet connection, keyboard layout, the user, session, suspend, restart, and shut down. What's under this session? Okay, so here if you had GNOME installed, I guess you could select that as well, or any other desktop environments that you might have had. All right, we're going to log in. And then let's check out the new Pop! OS store here. Very snappy. I'm going to see if there's updates for it. And we've got some updates here. We'll go ahead and do update all. Good to see how that looks. All applications are updated. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give it a reboot, and then I'll catch you on the other side. All right, let's do a Neo fetch. And it's not installed by default, so we'll go ahead and grab that. And we've got Pop! OS 2404, kernel 6.9.3, and we've got 1486 Debian packages, bash 5221 on the desktop environment Cosmic, and sitting here idle we've got 1.1 gigs. All right, we'll take a look at the software center here. Watch how fast this loads. As soon as I clicked on it, boom. All right, so we'll search for something like Inkscape. Very, very snappy. So we got the name of the app, small description there. It is coming from FlatHub. You can get the system, which would be a Debian package, or they get the FlatHub edition. And it'll tell you how many monthly downloads it's got. A nice little picture. And a description with the version, the release date, and then what the release notes were. Let's go ahead and grab this real quick. Install. And if we go to open that, you've got Inkscape. So I'll just close out of it. All right, let's take a look at the system tray. Right here we've got US. This is my keyboard layout here, English US. And then we move over one. We've got our desktop behavior. How do we want our desktop to behave? Right now it's in floating mode, but if we moved over to tile, we can have tiling enabled. And then to navigate between those windows, you'd hold down super and then press the arrow that you'd want to go to. Then you can move windows around with shift, super, and the arrows. And then toggle between floating and tile, super, and G. And the active hint, that is, so if I bring up little text editor. The active hint is this outline around the window. Okay, next to that's our volume. Next to that's our internet connection. Next to that is notifications, and you got your do not disturb toggle. Next to that is our power button. You can go into settings, lock the screen, log out, suspend, restart, and shut down. And in the center, we've got our date and time. Click on that, we get a calendar. And to the far left, we've got our application launcher. Click on that, type in and search for applications. And then to the left of that, we've got our workspaces where we could switch between workspaces. And at the bottom of the screen, we've got our dock, which is another, it's smaller though, and it doesn't have an application preview. You can click on that and search for applications. And then our workspaces again. And then here's that application view that's got, a preview of your applications and the search. Firefox, our file explorer, text editor, terminal, software center, and settings. Well, let's take a look at some of the Cosmic applications here. So I'm just going to type Cosmic, and we'll start with the files because we've already seen the Cosmic App Store. Go into Files. We've got our hamburger menu that basically will retract that left pane for us. Home, Documents, Downloads, Music, Pictures, Videos, Trash. If we click on that, that menu goes away. And we got File, Edit, and View. Let's go ahead and go into the About. Yep, and it's just got the GitHub listed there with August the 4th, 2024. It's pretty neat. So if we want a new tab, we just File, New Tab, and then we can close the tab with Control W. So let's try that. Control T for a new tab. Control W will close the tab. Nice. And then let's go under Settings. What do we got here? Match the desktop theme, default view, grid. You can change your icon size. You can sort it by name, modified date, or size. Direction, ascending or descending. And you can show hidden files. Which once I selected that, there are a few here. Go back into Settings. Or actually, we don't have to go to Settings. Let's go to View. Show hidden files is Control H. So if you want a keyboard shortcut for that, Control H, and it's just a toggle. Press it again, it'll go away. And that's Cosmic Files. Okay, next up, go back into Cosmic, and let's do the screenshot application. And it looks like it defaults to full screen. You also could draw a square. Or wait, that's that one. Or maybe an active window. So let's see. Let's cancel out. Let's bring up Firefox. So we'll have an active window here. And let's go back to the Cosmic screenshot. Yep, that's going to let us draw. So what does this one do? Yeah, we can select the window here. So we'll click on that. Looks like it saves it to Home, User, Pictures. We'll pull up Files and make sure that that happened. Yep, there's our screenshot. Pretty cool. All right, and that was Cosmic Screenshot. All right, let's take a look at the Cosmic Terminal. File, Profiles. Yeah, I don't have any profiles. Edit. View, you can enlarge the text. Different color schemes. Light and dark. We go into Settings. Again, match the theme. Got light and dark there. Background opacity. Okay, so if you want to make the terminal see-through, you can do that. Change your font. Shows the header. So you can show the header or hide it. So you can get a really cool look. Close out of there. Do a neo fetch. So no title, just the neo fetch there. Okay, and then to get that header back, we can right click and go to Settings. Show the header. Okay, so now we can close out of that. And I just want to go to the view about. So it's Cosmic Terminal. And again, August 3rd, 2024 on that GitHub. Very cool. Alrighty, let's take a look at the Cosmic Text Editor. Got the hamburger menu again. So if you had a big project, you could open up, or the entire folder there, open up your whole project. But yeah, that collapses. So we've got File, all the things you would expect to see under File. Revert all changes. Okay. Edit, cut, copy, paste, select all, find and replace, and even a spell check. That's nice. You can do indentation, word wrap. Let's go into settings. And again, we've got the theme, dark and light. You can change your font. You can enable Vim bindings. Pretty neat. We go into the About, GitHub, and August 2nd, 2024. And that is the Cosmic Text Editor. All right, let's check out the Cosmic settings. And then I'll just expand this out here because there's lots of options. We've got our wallpaper, and we'll run through these in a little bit. Appearance. And here, this is very cool. I want to do a deeper dive into this to kind of show you what all you can do. But you've got your traditional dark and light. You can set your accent color, but you also can change. So where this is kind of a dark gray and these buttons are a light gray, you can change the way that whole appearance looks. And you also can change, and I'll zoom in. We'll come back here in just a second. But you can have a round edge, you can have a slightly round, or you can have square. And I'll see if I can zoom in and change those options so you can actually see what it does. But that was appearance, and then we've got our panel. And let me zoom out real quick. Automatically hide the panel. So we're talking about this top panel here. And where do you want to position it at the top? Showing all your displays. Yep. Gap between the edges. Okay. So if you wanted to bring that in a little bit, so you've got a little space between the left and right and top, you can do that. Expand panel to the edges. So undo that one. Okay, so that brings it into the center of the screen. Pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and change it back to the way it was. And you can change the size of it, the transparency. So we can go about halfway. We can see behind it. Put it back. Configure panel applets. So what exactly you want to show on that panel, you can go in there and customize that as well. And the dock. This is where I would make my changes personally. Automatically hide. Position of the screen. I want it on the left. There that is. Show on all displays. You can change that so it's just on your primary display if you don't want it showing on all of them. Gap between the screen edges. So it kind of brings it out a little bit. I don't know if you could tell. Brings it out and then goes back in. Extend to the edge of the screen. Okay. So that's basically your Unity look here, Ubuntu. Match the desktop. What happens if I bring that? Yeah, it kind of rounds it. Keep it flat. You can change the size of it, and then you can make it see-through as well. But I'll go ahead and switch that back, and then you can change what actually shows on that dock as well. All right, we'll leave that the way it is now. You've got your Windows management. What do you want your super key to do? Do you want it to be your launcher? You want to open workspaces or applications with it? Show the minimize, show the maximize. So it's basically like GNOME tweaks built in to the Cosmic desktop environment there. And then you've got your workspaces, where you got different options for those. And under display, you've got your resolution, refresh rate, all that standard stuff. Power and battery. So here you go. If you're a gamer, you can go in here and set your high performance mode on. Input devices, your keyboard, and then your mouse. This is where you could go in if you have a touchpad and set the natural scrolling on or off, depending on your preference. your date and time, and then the system and account will go into about. We've got some more details here. We're running Pop! OS 2404, Cosmic Desktop Environment, and the Windows system is Wayland. This is important. Cosmic will only support Wayland. I don't believe they have any future plans to ever support the X11 windowing system. And that was the Cosmic settings. All right, and I just wanted to come back in here to do a deeper dive on this appearance tab here. So bring up Cosmic settings, desktop, and then under appearance, it's where we've got our dark and light. Okay, and then here's our accent color. Of course, here's default, it's blue. We can change it to orange. You can tell the accent color and all the highlighted text changes as well. But what's really cool is if we come down here and we go to the application or window background, click on that. This is going to change the bar, the top bar, the dock, the background color of the windows. So check this out. If I were to go blue and change that, I know it does hurt my eyes, so let's try to go a little darker. There we go. So now we've got, by clicking two buttons, basically orange, and then going in here and selecting a different color, we've changed the way our entire desktop looks at this point. So that's pretty cool. And if you already know what RGB value you want to use, you can come in here and just edit it that way. But yeah, lots of customization with this. We wanted to do like a darker green. That would look cool. And then maybe a light green to highlight it. Pretty neat. But yeah, go in here and play around. It's really, really cool. But the second piece of this, and I'm going to try to zoom in so, get a corner of these windows. But essentially we've got round, slightly round, and square. So right now we're on round. This is what slightly round looks like. Click on that. I don't know if you can tell. Like I said, I'm going to zoom in and hopefully we can get a better picture of what this looks like. But to me, it's kind of a rounded rectangle instead of that rounded circle. Here's square, so maybe it makes more sense for me to do square first. So there's square, slightly round, and round. And like I said, I'm going to zoom in. Hopefully it picks it up. All right, and let's check out tiling. So we're in floating by default. We're in floating tiling mode. But if we want to, we can go up in this top right corner, click on that, and if you've already got Windows open, you can just tick this little box, automatically tile current workspace. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then you'll see how everything just kind of snaps into a tile spot. And then if you want to change, and you can notice this terminal is the highlighted because it's got the outline around it. So we'll just click in that, and if we want to change the window that's currently the active window, we'll just hold super and use the arrow keys on our keyboard. So I'm going to go left over to Firefox, and I'll go over left to the text editor and then down to get to the file explorer. So let's say I wanted to move Firefox over to the right. What I would do is keep holding down on super, and I'm going to hold down shift and then arrow to the right, and that's going to pull it out to the right. I'm just going to keep going to the right. Eventually, I'll get past where that terminal was, and I'll just let go. And now we've got Firefox on this side. So if I want to resize that, let's do small. Then let's do super, shift, and let's move that terminal to the left to give us more space for Firefox. And then super, back over to the right. Now Firefox is our targeted window here. That's tiling. And then if you click up here, it gives you those shortcuts. All right, and if we wanted Firefox to pop out of the tiling mode, we could do Super G. And what that'll do is it'll allow Firefox to be in a floating mode. So it'll be on top of the other windows. And if we want to snap it back, we just go Super G again. And that throws it back into the tiling mode. And then we can do Super, Shift, Right, Right, Right. And boom, now we're back out. Very cool feature, and that's tiling for Cosmic Desktop. Let's take a look at the wallpapers here. I'll try to do my best to angle it to the side where we can see. Looking for one that'll go good with this green theme that we've got going. That could work. Yeah, the rest of these look like they were already included in Pop! OS 2204. Yeah. All right, so what I think I'm going to do, stick with that one, and then we'll go back into appearance. And I like the orange, but instead of changing this to green, let's reset that to default. I think that looks pretty good there. It looks like the old school color that Pop! OS 2204 came with to me. All right, now I want to show you a little app I made for Cosmic Desktop. We'll go out to Firefox, and then we will hit my GitHub page, github.com, the Linux IT guy. Go to Cosmic Scripts, and then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down. This is what the app looks like. Basically has all the apps that you might want to install, some that you might want to remove when Cosmic gets finished installing. So it's going to scroll down, and what you can do is you can get the release version, which isn't out yet. By the time this video uploads, I'll have the release version out. But what we're going to do for the video is I'm going to use the Git version. So I'm just going to highlight this text here, copy that, and then we're going to bring open a terminal. I'm just going to paste that in, git clone, and then the path to the Cosmic Scripts, and then it's going to change directories into that scripts folder for us. We'll press enter on that, and boom, it's done. All right, and if we go back to the GitHub page, it says type chmod ux and then /star.star. So let's go ahead and do that. Chmod. And then what we're doing here is we're making those files that we just downloaded executable. So chmod user plus executable, and then // is this directory. Star.star means everything. So I press enter on that, and then I do a list, and you'll see everything's green. That means it's executable. So that's perfect. And then we'll do a // main. Press enter on that. And then you'll see this application, the script basically loads up here, and we can select the Brave browser to install. We'll grab Discord, Microsoft Edge, GIMP, Lutris, Steam, and then let's say I don't want Firefox, right? And I don't want Thunderbird. So I'll go ahead and close Firefox since I'm done with it, and go ahead and click on Run. And then we're going to put in our password here. Press enter, and we'll basically just let this go till it completes. Which one do you want to use? I'll go ahead and do 2 for user. We're just going to go out and grab all these apps for us, and we can just sit back and relax. And it kind of gives you a status here while it's installing, which one it's on. So now you see we're getting Discord. And I'm having to press 2 for user in between each. All right, this one's GIMP. I'm going to press 2 for user. Now it's doing Lutris. 2 for user. You guys like this type of automation, just leave in the comments and I can add different applications to this if you'd like. All right, it's going out and grabbing Steam for us, as well as Proton Up Qt. Just gonna press 2 for user. Now it's removing Firefox and Thunderbird. And then once it completed, applications have been installed and or removed. Okay, so that's just a dialog here. We'll press OK on that and then quit on the application. And now let's go in and see if we search for Firefox. It is gone. I see it pinned over here, so I guess you'd have to right click on it and then unpin it as well. And then it'll have our other browsers that we wanted. So here's Brave, so we can pin that to the tray and just click it, hold down, and then you can move it where you'd like it to go. And then here's the other application. We got Lutris, we got Steam. Where is Proton Up Qt? Did it not? Yeah, there it is. It's just had to type it in to see it. But if we were to go into that, there's Proton Up Qt, and then we could go into Steam and set it up. There's Edge. So pretty cool little app I made. Distro hop a lot, making these videos for YouTube. So I decided to make those for the different distributions that I've been reviewing. So just make it easier. But yeah, I figured I'd share that as well because I know it can come in handy for somebody else. All right, let's look at HTOP real quick. Load that up. CPUs between 5, 6, 0. Thought I saw it spike to 10, but that might just be because I just opened HTOP. But the memory's sitting at about 1.7. Yeah, there's another spike. Yeah, between 1 and 10, I would say, on the CPU, and then 1.7 for the memory. So if you wanted a Ubuntu without the snap packages installed by default, this would be a great alternative to that, especially after it gets out of the alpha. But that's going to do it for today's video. Here are some more videos you may find helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. If you're new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.